All right, Rob, let's go to the NBA. And we mentioned it, the Lakers with a huge win last night over the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee without LeBron James. It was a great game. They were down 19, the Lakers, with 8 minutes left, Rob.
That's ridiculous.
Shame on Milwaukee. That's darn sure.
Chris, that's ridiculous. I mean, you just can't give that up at home with a lead like that. 8 minutes in the NBA. Chris, even if they have a 10-0 run, all you got to do is match baskets. That's it. They get two.
Yeah.
You don't have to put on any kind of run. It's just about matching baskets.
Games are never over anymore. You know, I mean, Boston, Rob, the other night gave up a 30-point lead.
At home, too. That was in Boston. That was unbelievable.
That's the three-point shot, whether it's one team getting hot and one team getting cold or whatever it may be. But that has – LeBron said it on his podcast with J.J. Redick. That's eliminated, you know, these games where it's over. I mean, it's got to be like a minute left and you got to be up huge to really sit pretty and feel comfortable. So, anyway, the Lakers rallied last night, Rob. Anthony Davis was phenomenal, 34 points, 23 rebounds, 4 blocks, including a couple late that were pivotal to the win. D'Angelo Russell, 29 points, 12 assists, Rob. And Austin Reeves with the second triple-double of his career, 29 points, 14 boards, 10 assists over the Bucks. And after the game, D'Angelo Russell talked about these Lakers who, Rob, LeBron said earlier in the year, man, we could beat anybody and we could lose to anybody.
I mean, I just think we're an unpredictable team. So depends on which team you get, depends on which team we are defensively, offensively, as a unit. Some guys are better than others at night. Some guys have bad nights. It depends on what team we're going to be. When we're full effect like tonight, obviously no Bron, but I think we'd be hard to beat.
Rob, they are unpredictable. He's right on the money. And as I said, LeBron said that himself a couple of months ago.
Right.
But I think one of the – I'm going to give out 2 reasons that I think they're unpredictable. I'm not saying they're the only 2. But one is that your best player, we're calling him AD at this point, he's unpredictable offensively. Now, defensively, he's bringing it right. He might win Defensive Player of the Year this year. He's been great defensively. But offensively, you don't know what you're going to get from him. Heck, last night, Rob, he started poorly. He was 7 for 24 through 3 quarters, I believe.
My goodness gracious.
Finished 12 for 31.
That doesn't even seem possible.
No,
7
that's
for 24?
Right. That's why they were getting blasted. And I'll tell you what, if LeBron was there playing, and I'm not blaming this on LeBron, but probably AD, Rob, at some point stopped shooting as much and it's just in his mind settles that, you know what, it's not my night. I'm cold. Let me defend and rebound and kind of look to LeBron and the other guys to carry me offensively. He probably instead of being 12 for 31, he probably ends up something like 6 for 15 or something, or 4 for 15 or whatever. Like, he probably stopped shooting and being as aggressive. But I think that's one reason they're unpredictable, because when you don't know what your best player is, or second best, or however you want to rank them,
right,
is going to give you offensively, that's tough. Secondly, Rob, I think, and we get it, he's 39 years old, but I think LeBron kind of being in and out of the lineup. Now, he's only missed 10 games. They're 6-4 in those 10 games.
Which is really good, Chris, considering where it's been the last few years.
Them being 6-4? No, it's great.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying, even LeBron missing 10 games.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But I just think that can make you unpredictable, too, because LeBron is such a great player, even still, and he is such a figure. It's like they say, Rob, and I agree, it's easier to fit a role player onto a team than a superstar, because the superstar is gonna get a certain number of shots. That's gonna take shots from other players. You're gonna he's gonna be a focal point. That's gonna take the focus off other players, and that's just how it is. Not with just LeBron, with everybody. But I think when that superstar is kind of in and out, and I don't want to make it seem like, he's in and out every week, but still you're playing differently with LeBron than without him. And I think that's part of it as well.
Yeah, we saw that with the Clippers. Remember when James Harden joined them? It was like, what, this team stinks.
Took a little, yeah.
Like people really had an issue with trying to get adjusted. Who's doing what? Who's taking shots? Should I, give the ball up to him? You start kind of
deferring.
Yeah, you want to get him involved or whatever, but then you stop doing what you do, and then before you know it, they lost their first 5 or 6 games, and people were like, oh, my God, this isn't going to work. And then they went on an unbelievable run and looked like world beaters. Now, not a scuffling, but
now we're back to the
yeah, but we've seen like that. Your point, which is sometimes it takes time to be able to integrate a star back into a lineup compared to a regular Joe Schmo.
And then tonight, Rob, you got LeBron playing when they face Memphis, but no AD.
Right.
So there it is again. I'll say this.
I don't know who they are. I don't. Like, I know everybody says, well, you can't count them out. I get that. That's when you have those two names.
Do you agree with that?
I think that when I say you can't count them, I don't think they have a chance to get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I think they have been way too inconsistent. And some of the teams, Chris, and I get it, they're younger, but it just depends. And again, it's the matchup. Last year, they got very fortunate in the matchup that they had that got them to the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they finish and they have to play. Who could they possibly play? Denver or
at this point, it's just no real predicting. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they could be Denver in the first round.
That's what I mean. Like
it's just you just don't know at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel that good about them. And I get their history. I get LeBron. He's won 4 championships in 20 seasons. When people always say, "Oh, you can't count LeBron out," I get it. He won 4 championships, but he lost a lot too. Like the notion, like it's almost like he's made it half the time.
I think. Well, he's gotten to the finals half the time.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
he's
winning.
Only won 4 of them. I think when people say you can't count them out, certainly me. I look, I think Denver is the best team in the West. I think they're the best team in the league. I do not give the Lakers any chance beyond, hey, you never know. Right? Any chance beyond nothing's impossible. Any chance beyond that's why you play the games. I don't give them any real significant, legitimate chance to beat Denver in a 7-game series.
Chris, let me say this real quick.
But what I do give them quickly, Rob.
Go ahead. Sorry.
When I say count them out, I'm thinking get to the conference finals. I think 2 through 9 is
okay.
They're all very close. And I'm not putting the Warriors in there. Warriors are 10th. I think 2 through 9, OKC, Minnesota, the Clippers, the Pelicans, Dallas, Sacramento, Phoenix, the Lakers, they're all jumbled up and the same level of team. And the difference is OKC, they're too young. There's no way they could win the West. I'm just saying it. They're too young. Oldest player is 25. Oldest starter is 25. You and Rob, we never see a team go from out of it, not even in the top, making the playoffs. What were they last year? I don't think they made the playoffs last year. We never see a team go from not making the playoffs to getting to the finals unless, they've gotten a bunch of free agent signings and, that type of thing. They made the play-in last year.
Okay.
They made the play-in. They were the 9th seed. So that's too big of a jump to me. Minnesota, now 2 of their big guys, Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, are kind of banged up. Their best players still learning, Anthony Edwards. Phoenix, Rob, they don't have the leadership to me. The Clippers, I don't think they beat Denver, but I think I think all these teams have a shot to get to play Denver, but I don't think, and I think the Lakers are in that bunch. I think Dallas is dangerous right
last year, Chris, when I knew that the Lakers couldn't beat Denver was game 1. Do you remember game 1?
Well, all the games were close, and I remember wasn't it after that Darvin Ham said they had figured something out?
Right. You remember that? And
Yeah.
and this was the thing. AD had 40 points, Chris, on the road in game 1, and they didn't win. Like that.
Right.
That was the game to me. Like if you can't win when AD puts a 40 on the road, Chris, in a playoff game,
Right.
what games are you winning? And they didn't win a game.
And they did play them close. I mean, a sweep's a sweep, right?
Right. But I know
the games
I'm just,
were close.
It wasn't blowouts, right? But I'm just saying, like that was the game they had to win.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point because you're like, man, he's not going to play any better.
That's what I mean.
And
we didn't
lost.
win, and we didn't get a W. He scored 40.
Right. No, I'm with you there. But yeah, Rob, I do give the Lakers a shot. Like I said, 2 through 9, I think is open. I think you're right. It's going to be about matchups. They have played well against OKC. I might take the Lakers over OKC in a series just because OKC's so young. Lakers have won their last three meetings, so they're 3-1 against them this year. Phoenix, I'm not impressed. Sacramento, they have owned the Lakers. They've won 8 of their last 9 against the Lakers, so that would obviously be a tough
remember
matchup.
when they lost to the Warriors, it was in 7 games, right? Remember last year,
the Kings, yeah.
The Kings.
The Warriors, I don't think can match up with the Lakers. I think the Lakers are too big.
Are the Warriors going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, the play-in is up in the air. They're a game ahead of Houston. Now they're up tonight, I believe, over Orlando. And without Draymond Green,
we'll see if they can hold it, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was a bad
game that they need. But I think the Lakers. I think D'Angelo's right on the money, and the thing is, there's no excuse for that, right? Like, you've got. I mean, I gave a couple of reasons, explanations, but you still should be able to control how you play. Do you come out and play hard defense every night? Do you come out and rebound every night? I get it. Your shot's going to be on and off. But defense and rebounding, Rob, those should be there every night. Moving the ball, sharing the ball, that should be there every night.